Good evening, sir. I am William Lambunaw, base cream 4, Black B. Forensic Ballistics. Introduction. Ballistics or Ballin is the science that deals with the motion behavior, and of sets of projectiles, especially bullets, gravity bombs, rockets, or the like. The science or art of designing and hunting projectiles so as to achieve a desired performance. So, a ballistic body is a body which is free to move, behave, and be modified in appearance, contour, or texture by ambient conditions, substances, or forces, as by the pressure of gases in a gun, by rifling in a barrel, by gravity, by temperature, or by air particles. So, ballistics comes from the Greek word ballin, or meaning to throw, ilabay. So, the father of foreign ballistics is Calvin Hooker Goddard. Mr. Goddard advanced the system of matching bullets and casings to guns at first of its kind, Northwestern-based crime lab. So, si Calvin Hooker Goddard ang ginatawag og father of forensic ballistics. Then, the purpose of ballistics. Simply, ballistics is the application of science to inspect the path of a bullet from source to target. Ang ballistics daw is to inspect the path of a bullet from source to a target. So ballistics is the science which helps deduce information admissible in the court of law or any other part of the legal system that is pertaining to the use of bullets in a crime. And firearm ballistics information is used in forensic science. Separately from ballistics information, firearm and tool mark examinations involve analyzing firearm, ammunition, and tool mark evidence in order to establish whether a certain firearm or tool was used in the commission of a crime. So, firearm ballistics is used in forensic science. Ballistics is sometimes subdivided into. So, therefore, ballistics is subdivided into four. So, ballistics is sometimes subdivided into internal ballistics, transition ballistics, external ballistics, and terminal ballistics. Number 1. Internal ballistics is the study of the processes originally accelerating the projectile. For example, the passage of a bullet through the barrel of a rifle. So, ang internal ballistics, where the bullet enters the barrel, which has grooves, or called rifling, which adds a spin to the bullet as it is propelled through the barrel. This increases the accuracy of the shot, So, where the force of the gas pushing the bullet forward also pushes the rest of the firearm back. This is from Newton's third law of motion. So, causing the rest of the firearm back. Newton's third law of motion. Then, causing recoil. The sudden release of pressure as the bullet exits the barrel also causes a shock wave and of sound, as well as the muzzle flash as the burning powder escapes the barrel. So, this ballistics also is science where starts when you pull the trigger with internal ballistics. Pag pull nimo sa trigger, mo na siya ang internal ballistics. And this area of ballistics studies covers what happens from when the trigger is pulled up until the bullet exits the barrel of the gun. Mo to siya ang internal ballistics. And number 2, transition ballistics. The study of the projectile's behavior when it leaves the barrel and the pressure behind the projectile is equalized. Salamat. Tawan na ako. Number 3. External ballistics. The study of the passage of the projectile through space and of the air. So, ang external ballistics is yang gina-studyhan dani is ang pag-travel sa bala from where the gun is then og dito padulong sa main target. Yang gina-study dani is ang space or the air wherein the bullet travel. Kung asa nag-travel ang bullet, if pa-upside or downward ang yang pag-travel padulong dito sa main target. Then, transition ballistics is the study of the projectile's behavior when it leaves the barrel and the pressure behind the projectile is equalized. So, kani si transitional ballistics, also known as the intermediate ballistics. It is the study of a projectile's behavior from the time it leaves the muzzle until the pressure behind the projectile is equalized. Kani siya, nag-start ni siya at the time when the projectile leaves the muzzle of the barrel and is over when the pressure in the barrel becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. So, kani si transitional ballistics is lies between internal and external ballistics. So, number 4, terminal ballistics is the study of the interaction of a projectile with its target, whether that be flesh for a hunting bullet, steel for an anti-tank round, or even furnace slug for an industrial slug disruptor. So, mato ang 4 subdivided ballistics. So, dito sa ballista is a gigantic bow or catapult which was used to hurl large objects such as stones at a particular distance to deter animals or enemy forces. Kaning ballista is mo na siya murag something like catapult nga katong mulabay o katong bato nga dako. Gatanaw itong awat sa itong mga salida nga itong ga-carry siya o dako nga bato, tapos tawag dito inad na yung ballista. Today, the word ballistics is frequently used synonymously in the press and in the police parlance to firearms identification. So, ang ballistics ginagamit na siya karon as a sa police as a firearm identification. So, ma-identify niya og unsa nga what kind of rifle ang kadto nga kuan gigamit sa suspect or sa perpetrator. Then, ballistics is a science in itself because it evolved from systematic knowledge, research and development, training, experiences, and education of those who pioneered in this field. So, science gyapon ni siya because ga evolve siya from systematic knowledge, research and development, training, so experience and education of those who pioneered in this field. Technically speaking, it refers to the science of firearms identification which involves Scientific examination of ballistics exhibits such as fired bullets, fired shields, firearms, and allied matters used in crime. So, pwede gid kayo ang ballistics nga pang-identify sa mga pusil. Used in crime man gyapon uban nga mga pusil panggamiton. Then, legally speaking, ballistics is the microscopic examination of fired cartridge, cases, and bullets together with the recording and presentation by means of photography of what is revealed by the microscope. So, moto siya ang introduction sa ballistics. So, dito sa ballistics theory. Ballistics is the scientific study of the propulsion and motion of projectiles such as bullets, artillery shells, rockets, and guided missiles. Also includes the study of the destructive action by means of photography. So, ballistics theory. Ballistics is the scientific study of the propulsion and motion of projectiles such as bullets, artillery shells, rockets, and guided missiles. Also includes the study of the destructive actions of such projectiles. So the drag of a projectile moving head-on is now usually divided into three parts: bow resistance, skin friction, and base drag. Bow resistance due to air pressure of the head of the projectile. Number 2. Skin friction caused by the friction of air moving along the middle portion of the body, and base drag is due to the under pressure and disturbance of the air behind the base. So, tapos pinakauna. Interior ballistics. It is the study of motion of projectiles within the gun barrel. The time during which the projectile is influenced by interior ballistics is very short. From the release of the firing pin to the moment the sound of the shot can be heard as it leaves the muzzle, it occupies only about 1/10 seconds in a modern rifle. So, interior ballistics involves 1. Ignition of the primer. So, ang interior ballistics is between sa pag pitik sa kanang kuan ba itong firing pin ba na kanang sa itong sa pusil nga imong i-press sa imong index finger. Interior ballistics involves 1. Ignition of the primer. Flames is produced. Combustion of the gunpowder, energy that is generated, force pressure developed, velocity of the bullet from the chamber to the muzzle, rotation of the bullet, and number 8 is engraving of the cylindrical surface of the bullet. So, kaning ulo ka buok is involved ni siya sa interior ballistics, wherein pag-press nimo sa atong firing pin or ano tawag ito pag-trigger nimo dadtong sa imong index finger, which is ang katong mga bala, atong bala sa sulod is nato siya yung mga different, or ang katong pusil mismo is na different movements dito sa sulod nga para mo release to ang bala or the bullet from the gun. So, interior ballistics deals with the temperature, volume, and pressure of the gases resulting from combustion of the propellant charge in the gun. So, it also deals with the work performed by the expansion of these gases on the gun, its carriage, and the projectile. Some of the critical elements involved in the study of interior ballistics are the relationship of the weight of charge to the weight of projectile, the length of bore, the optimum size, shape, and density of the propellant grains for different guns, and the related problems of maximum and minimum muzzle pressure. So, ang kadtong sa interior ballistics is involved ni siya sa katong study relationship between the weight of charge, the weight of projectile, the length of the bore, which is katong bangag sa katong asa mo gawas ang katong bullet. Then the optimum size, shape, and density of the propellant grains for different guns. Different guns, different kinds of bores. So, tas ikaduha. Related terms in interior ballistics. There are 21 kabuok. So, one is action. Number 2 is burning rate. Number 3, bulk density. 4, chamber pressure. 5, charge weight to bullet weight ratio. 6, detonation. Number 7, energy. Number 8, expansion ratio. Foot pound. Foot second. Gas. Hang fire. Knocking power. Loading density. Misfire. Powder chamber capacity. Pressure. Sectional density. PSI. Recoil, and residual pressure. Those 21 is in the related terms in interior ballistics. So, ito si kaduha. Number 2 is exterior ballistics. Exterior ballistics deals with the motion of projectiles from the time they leave the muzzle firearm to the time they hit the target. The flight of most bullet or projectile does not exceed 30 seconds, a maximum range, which for almost any firearms is obtained of an elevation of about 0.3. So, conditions refers to the exterior ballistics is when the time the bullet is released or nakagawas na ang bala from a gun or a rifle. Dito na siya sa katong ga-travel na ang bala to where the target is. Dito siya ga-study sa katong giun sa pagpusil gipaubos ba or gipababaw or diri lang sa street or sa bottom. So, conditions refers to the natural laws. Conditions is composed of velocity, energy, yaw, and gyroscopic action. Velocity is the speed per unit of time. Example, M16 is equivalent to 3.3 seconds. Energy is the fatal equivalent of a bullet. Unsa ka patal ang kon sa kapusil bala. Yaw is the unstable rotating motion of a bullet. 4 is gyroscopic action. Refers to the stillness of its rotating motion and attained its highest momentum or stability in flight and penetrating power. So, in exterior ballistics, elements such as shape, caliber, weight, initial velocities, resistance, and gravity help determine the path of a projectile from the time it leaves the gun until it reaches the target. Moto. Wherein the bullet is traveling the time it leaves the gun, traveling from the gun up until sa main target or the target. So further, exterior or external ballistics refers to the attributes and movements of the bullet after it has left the gun muzzle. It includes 1. Muzzle blast, the noise created at the muzzle point of the gun due to the sudden escape of the expanding gas coming in contact with the air in the surrounding atmosphere at the muzzle point. Number 2. Muzzle energy, energy generated at the muzzle point. 3. Trajectory, the actual curved path of the bullet during its flight from the gun muzzle to the target. The following are the kinds of trajectory, which is straight horizontal line, parabola-like flight, or the vertical drop. Madini siya katong unsa pagpusil if ginadaan nakuratan dito sa ubos na target. Range, the straight distance between the muzzle point and the target. 1A. Accurate range or effective, the distance within the shooter has control of his shots, meaning he can place his shots of the desired spots. B is maximum range, the farthest distance that a projectile can be propelled from a firearm. So naaray kuan maximum range ang mga pusil or ang mga rifle, dili lang na sila kuan limited lang ilang range, not kuan unlimited. So while the range of which the ordinary pistol and revolver are supposed to be effective in only 50 to 70 yards, all of them can send their bullets much further than that and are capable of inflicting fatal wounds at distances up to 1 mile, depending on the caliber and gunpowder content. Last, velocity, rate of speed of the bullet per unit of time. So itong mga long barrel rifle up to 3,000 yards accurate range and its hinge muzzle velocity of 1,000 to 4,000 per second. So bullets from rifled weapons spin at 2,000 to 3,000 revolutions per second, but over the first few yards of trajectory or distance varies with the weapon. Their flight is slightly unstable, or the end of the projectile wobbles before it picks up a smooth flight path. This phenomenon is called tail wag and is of considerable importance in evaluating gunshot wounds. A bullet with tail wag does not strike its target clearly. So number 6, air resistance encountered by the bullet while in flight. 7, pull of gravity, downward reaction of the bullet while in flight. And lastly, penetration is the depth of entry on target.